programming. No discretion, Holmes.
Well, I gotta get the world off of my back. Oh, pretty soon I'm gonna crack. So I gotta get the world off my back. Somehow, Steve.
I am shooting rocks tonight, guys.
I'm talking about context, dude. All right, 420 is a special day where people like us get together to celebrate, all right? I'm talking
What are you talking about?
Olivia, you're out of your element.
Look, man, we can't just take the day off like a bunch of stoners, man. You know, we got a show to do here, man.
What are you talking about? Stoners and taking the day off are not the issue, dude. All right? It's about celebration. 420, and by the way, Zach, stoners is not the preferred nomenclature. It's enlightened Americans. Please.
Look, man, I'm saying it's 420, okay, man? It's, you know, a great day. Maybe we should do something about it, man.
Well,
you know?
we're going to be on TV on Friday.
Olivia, you're out of your element. Zach, all I'm saying is that just give a wink and a nod and celebrate the day with a smile and a witty intro, all right? Embrace 420. Make an entire show about it. Give out as much information as you can. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
That's interesting, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the same page as you, man. Yeah, let's do it.
Hold on. 420? That's April 20th. That's today.
Shut the up, Olivia.
What's going on here? Pick up on this.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. Today, my friends, it's a very special day, one that the dude would surely approve of.
Yes, it is. Hi, everybody. I'm Olivia Munn, and welcome to Attack of the Show's 420 special. We are coming to you from Liza Plein in Amsterdam. Now, this is basically their version of Times Square. There's a lot going on. There's trains coming in and out, lots of energy, and quite frankly, there is no better place to be in the entire world than right here on 420.
Yeah, see, Mun, for some, I think for many Americans, April 20th, and just another Friday, right? No big deal. But for some, it happens to be New Year's, Thanksgiving, and St. Patrick's Day, all rolled into one and then fired up, of course.
So we are exploring that magic number and finding out what people love about it and, most importantly, how the tradition just got started.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. We'd love to kick back and relax and celebrate with you folks at home, but we've got an hour that's packed full of all the history, the culture, and the science surrounding the controversial drug they love to call marijuana.
And we've got lots of help. G4's Big C is out here, plus the local comedy troupe, Boom Chicago, and the man who knows marijuana culture better than anybody else in the world, Tommy Chong himself, the guy from Cheech and Chong.
I hear he might have dabbled once or twice.
Maybe.
Didn't inhale, though. Now, after this show, we've got a very special psychedelic hour-long edition of X-Play, and following that, G4 has for you one of the greatest movies of all times, The Big Lebowski.
It is one of the greatest movies, but before we get started into this whole thing, we thought that we should basically straighten out our facts. So we went to the Hemp, Marijuana, and Hash Museum, and since there is so much ground to cover, we decided we'd bring Big C to help us out in the Big A. Cannabis culture is all over Amsterdam. There are bars that you can smoke hash in, there's places you can buy hemp products, and people are openly smoking marijuana in public.
Yeah, but the trick is that it's not exactly legal. It's just sort of tolerated, which is why we're here at the Hemp, Hash, and Marijuana Museum to really get to the bottom of everything.
So we're gonna get some expert help, cut through the green tape so we don't get in any trouble. Let's hit it.
Okay, now you have to tell me the difference between hash, marijuana, and hemp.
In the current usage, hemp more or less refers to the industrial crop, the stuff they make clothes, rope, but marijuana usually refers to the leaf or the bud. And hashish is the resin from the female flowers, which is collected.
So what exactly is the goal or the message you want to make with this entire museum?
It's the first plant humans cultivated as a crop because the seeds are very nutritious. It's the first thing we wove into a cloth and wore on our backs. It was the first thing strong enough to rig a ship and sail around the world. It's fundamental to human development.
How many different types are there?
You've got sativa, the tall-growing one, indica, the shorter, faster-flowering one, ruderalis, the auto-flowering one. But then within smoking, you could also say you have at least 2.
Someone had to have cross-pollinated or made a hybrid of the two, right? A marijuana mashup?
Oh, Lord, yes, that's the basis of some of our finest strains is taking the tropical high ones to stony Indian ones and making a cocktail.
I see you have pipes from around the world here, Ken. Tell me about some of them.
I think the Ottoman water pipe there would probably be the most hard to get. That's from the actual Turkish Empire back before the First World War. Hashish smoking was pretty well tolerated.
That one looks pretty strange, dog.
That's made out of a whale tusk. That's your meerschaum. That was what classy European pipes were made of. So it's European style, but for smoking hash.
I hear you got cannabis plants right here on the premises.
We got big, flowering female cannabis plants right here on the premises.
Yeah, let me grab Kevin and Olivia and we'll go check that out.
So what's up with the lighting? Hey,
I look great under fluorescent, but what is with the lights, man?
Well, basically, they're trying to simulate the sun. They're high-intensity discharge lamps, high-pressure sodium, which gives off a red-orange spectrum, which is better for the budding. There's ones over there which are more under a blue-white light, which is better for the young plants.
Sensi seeds, is that, you said that's your primary business? Is that...
Sensi Seed Bank is, the core of it. The museum allows us to display some stuff, but yeah, Sensi's been going a little longer than the museum, so 22 years, I think.
Can't sell the plants. They're display only. You can sell the seeds.
Well, I got a marijuana's master's now. Thanks a lot, Doc.
Marijuana master right here.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna take this. This will fit and carry on, right?
They're actually dummies.
See, you got a plant?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Okay, good. Thank you. Mon, you want to just wrap up here? Good.
All right.
Thanks, sweetheart. See you. Ah, yes, my friends. Hash, pot, and hemp surely make Amsterdam go round.
I love it.
Me too. Right now, though, let's send things over to our resident dude.
A master of Lebowski method acting. Here is Zach Sallen with some insight on how this whole 420 thing came to in the first place.
Now, everybody knows if you want to get information, you call the 411. If you want a badass secret agent to save the world, you dial up 007. But not many people are aware of what 420 means and how this magical number is celebrated all over the world. So I'm here in San Rafael, California to find out.
Hanging out here with my main man, the wizard of weed himself, Craig X. What are we doing in this small town of San Rafael, California?
We are in front of San Rafael High School, the birthplace of the 420 Nation. This is where the Waldos created 420.
What does 420 actually stand for?
Well, a lot of people have been confused. Some people thought it was the number of ingredients in pot. Some people thought it was a code for arresting people with pot. But it actually was a time of day that these guys met. The Waldos here at San Rafael High School planned to meet after school at the Louis Pasteur statue at 420. So they said, Louis 420, and that became the code word so their parents wouldn't know what they were up to.
And what was going on at the time of the Waldos when they created the 420, mythology, as they say now?
It was 1976. I actually lived up here in Northern California. Everyone was dressed in red, white, and blue. The fire hydrants were painted red, white, and blue. It was a very celebratory time. Cannabis was very popular. These high school students were cannabis aficionados as well.
So this 420 thing didn't really stay a secret for too long. It eventually spread into the town.
Oh yeah, San Rafael slow to a stone. This is Northern California. They even call it NorCal Bud.
Beautiful. Why don't we go take a little stroll of downtown San Rafael and see what this place is all about?
So what does 420 symbolize and represent in today's culture?
420 now is the international code word for pot. You can say 420 friendly in any country in the world and people know what you're talking about. What does 420 mean to you guys?
Well, on April 20th, we go to the Venus Ridge and we smoke and we just we're with our friends. I've been doing that since I was 14. I'm 40 years old now.
What about at 420 in the afternoon? You guys partake?
Yes.
All right, so basically...
So how did you first, get exposed to cannabis culture?
My best friend's father was Ringo Starr's lawyer, and he stole a joint from him, and we tried it.
Awesome. And now why do you continue to, preach this, world of legal cannabis today?
Cannabis is the tree of life. It's a plant that can heal all the nations. It makes food, fuel, fiber, gasoline. We don't need to go to war in the Middle East for gas. We can grow it in Northern California.
Craig, my man, thank you so much for the 420 history lesson. I wonder what time it is for Kevin and Olivia in Amsterdam right now.
Dude, you know it's 420 somewhere. I'm feeling a little faded and I got the munchies, man.
Want to go get some pizza?
Thanks, Zach. Now, we have covered so much so far, but please don't lose focus and bail on us just yet. Stay in our circle. We are passing around so much more show after this.
Watch, give.
We'll
be back. It's Attack of the Show's 420 special. We've got even more from Amsterdam before you can go pee on someone's rug. That's pretty quick.
That is pretty quick.
Watch,
give. Watch, give.
Oh,
watch, give. No, I'm watch, and giving.
Like watch, give.
Watch, give.
Here's what's coming up on today's Attack of the Show. Grab some of your best buds and join us as we take a heady trip into the world of weed. We're hitting up the cafes, taking in the history, and relaxing with legends of the smoking lifestyle.
What's this about?
So twist one up, because we're tying one off as we treat you with tastes of the toking time.
You know it's 420 somewhere.
All this and more when Attack comes back.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show, TV's only source for all the stuff you care about. It is 420, and we have come to Amsterdam to school you guys on the ins and outs of this day, marijuana, and the culture.
It's a triple threat, really, folks. Right now, we're at Rembrandtplein, also known as Rembrandt Square. And believe it or not, this place used to be a butter market, but now it's quite a hotspot for cafes and clubs and good old-fashioned fun, right?
That's right. And on the tech side of things, this is also the home of the biggest LCD screen in all of Europe. If you think about it, it's really cool under the right circumstances, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I get it.
Now, if you guys are looking for a very trendy part of town to hang out in, look no further than right here.
Now, listen, I know that we're in Amsterdam, but that really doesn't mean it's some crazy drug-fueled party. I mean, the Netherlands, while they may be more liberal than the United States, they still have many laws, especially regarding marijuana.
Now, while marijuana still is under heavy debate back in America, it has no signs of really letting up. So let's take a look at the issues going on right here in Amsterdam.
One of the biggest issues here in Amsterdam happens to be the controversy surrounding its drug policies. I mean, are drugs legal here or not? Well, today I'm going to find out the truth, as well as the pros and cons of marijuana legalization in the Loop. Joining me today is Harold Wiegel from the Trimbos Institute. Harold, thank you for joining us. So, Harold, what exactly is the drug policy here in the Netherlands?
We consider the drug problem primarily a health problem, not so much a criminal problem. And therefore we separated the market between hard drugs, which bear an unacceptable risk for the general health, like heroin and cocaine, and soft drugs, like cannabis, which doesn't mean that we consider them harmless or something like that, only they are less harmful than substances like cocaine, heroin, and ecstasy. We have some guidelines which state that you can have, it is condoned, a small amount of drugs for your own use. For cannabis, that would be about 5 grams. For a powder like cocaine, half a gram, or up to 3 pills for ecstasy.
You said that you can have a certain amount of cocaine on your possession, but that's a List 1 drug. So are they treated the same as List 2?
The use of drugs is legal. However, it is illegal to have it in your possession. Then it is condoned to have it in your possession, so it's a little bit strange to explain, but the Dutch are very pragmatic.
So, Harold, with all the policies and all the information and the Just Say No educational campaign, I think, you know, some people in the States might say, well, the drug problem is probably out of control. Why does the Netherlands adopt such a radically different policy?
We know that people actually take drugs, so we believe in prevention. So what we do, we educate our children, our school-going children, about the effects and the risks they will take when they use drugs, and we respect the fact that they make their own choice.
What are the numbers, though? Is it any more popular? Is usage any higher here in the Netherlands than it is in the States?
As a matter of fact, the usage of cannabis amongst scholars is higher in the United States than in the Netherlands. We know that the amount of children who do cannabis has been stable since '96. And we also know that 80% of our school-going children never tried cannabis, and cannabis is really the most common illegal drug there is. So only 1 out of 5 ever tried cannabis, and 1 out of 10 does it on a more regular basis.
So with the laws regarding usage of list 1 and list 2 drugs, the fact that you can pretty much consume marijuana if that's your choice, is that the biggest problem facing the youth of the Netherlands?
Now, as a matter of fact, when you look at our school-going children, then cannabis is not the biggest problem. That would be alcohol. I mean, they drink a lot, they start early. 12 years of age is the onset when people start drinking alcohol in the Netherlands. And alcohol is really bad for your health, like other drugs, actually.
Harold, I want to thank you so much for your time and your expertise, sir. It was a pleasure.
You're welcome.
So the final word on the Netherlands is that the government tolerates marijuana even though it's technically illegal because it reduces harm, but I happen to agree that it just makes sense.
Thanks, Kev. Let's go over to Big C on the streets of Amsterdam to find out what the people think of the issue of legalization.
What's up? I'm Big C, and I'm right in Dam Square in the center of Amsterdam. This is the heart of the city where you can find lots of people. So I came out to find some people to talk to about the laws. Now, in the United States, as well as a lot of other places in the world, marijuana is illegal. What would you think the effect would be if we were to legalize it as it is in Amsterdam?
Well, the thing is, we're used to it here in Amsterdam, that we can have it here and it's legal here. And I think it's on long term, it's a really good thing to do it in other countries, but at short term, it would be a problem, I think, because everybody would think like, oh, I can do it here, and they would smoke all day or something, because you can see it at the tourists here. They're using a lot, and they're coming to Amsterdam because it's legal here.
What do you think about being in Amsterdam where you can just walk by a coffee shop or walk anywhere in the city and pretty much smell marijuana?
I don't actually mind it. If I lived here, I probably would hate it because you'd see so many tourists smoking so much weed all the time, and that would get annoying, but I personally am enjoying my few weeks here.
It's legal now in Amsterdam, so the government is making some money of it. You don't run it out. Some people will use drugs all the time, if it's legal or not legal. So we make the best of it.
We use it, marijuana, like a spiritual thing in Holland, you know?
What about the day when your son comes to you and he says, Dad, I want to smoke?
If he can make his own money to buy marijuana, he can smoke it. But he don't ask me for me to pay for him, you know?
Okay.
But if he's man enough to pay money marijuana, he can smoke it.
I asked the questions and Amsterdam answered. Thanks.
Thanks, Big C. We are on a magical mystery tour today, and I think I can safely say that we are TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
I think that's safe to say. Stay right there. Plenty more from Amsterdam as Attack of the Show's 420 special continues right after this.
It's yours?
No,
Mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must
have what?
Look, Dad, it's
Where
not...
did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Hemp is one hell of a product, and Olivia's trying out all the ways it can be used.
It's Attack of the Show. Attack.
Man, you know, look, Kevin, man, I wasn't, you know, when I said I thought they'd give us a show, man, you were the one who was so certain. I didn't, you know, man, like, it's
That's right, Zach, 100% certain.
They posted the schedule for our charity show.
Olivia, shut the When are we taping?
Well, Saturday. That's when they're doing the DARE awareness auction, so...
Saturday? Well, they're gonna have to reschedule.
Kevin, man, the only reason they're letting us do a 420 show is because we're doing a charity auction the next day, man.
And I told that who's in charge of scheduling?
Boyko.
I told that egg painter 1,000 times that I don't tape on VD Day.
They already posted it.
Well, they can unpost it.
You know what? Who gives a huh, Kevin? You know, man? Like, if we don't do the auction, man, we're not going to be able to do a 420 show. Man.
Why don't you tape on Saturdays, Kevin?
VD Day, Olivia, is on Saturday. It's virtual D-Day. It's when I get online, Xbox Live, with my Call of Duty clan, and we raid Normandy. All right, it means I don't work, it means I don't eat, it means I don't shower, it means I don't put on pants, and it means I sure as hell don't roll on VD Day!
Roll?
Like roll tape. Like I don't film.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like I don't.
VD Day?
VD Day.
Yeah, man, you couldn't come up with like a better name than that, man. I mean, that sounds like some kind of rash.
VD Day.
Some
The
other
VD
thing.
Day.
You know what? Fine, I'm out of here, man.
It's
Okay?
it's me.
I'm out of here, man.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Attack of the Show's 420 special. We're coming to you from Amsterdam, and right now I'm smack dab in the middle of Vondelpark, which, aside from having gorgeous, amazing scenery, it's also home to a lot of local vendors who sell delicious goodies, like this here space cake. Now, contractually, I can't eat this on camera. The producers have told me 1,000 times it's not allowed, but they never said I couldn't make sweet love to it with my tongue. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's delicious. Full of the finest herbs and spices that a growing boy needs. And now when you think of herbs, you probably think of hemp, and when you think of hemp, I'm sure one thing comes to mind, but aside from Woody Harrelson, hemp has thousands of uses. I mean, it can be used for tons of stuff, and that's why Olivia is at a place that's dedicated to all things hemp. Okay, seriously, I'm eating this now.
Hemp has been around forever, and it's been used in more ways than just smoking it. So where better to find out those other uses for the plant than right here at HempWorks. Hey guys, I'm here in HempWorks, and this is Adam Dunn. He is the owner and the creator and everything for HempWorks. Now, Adam, you're an American, right?
Yeah, I'm from New York, actually.
And how long have you been here in Amsterdam?
I've been here about 16 years.
You have everything in here. Is there anything you can't make with hemp? I mean, you got clothes, shoes, purses, everything. What can't you make?
And there's pretty much nothing you couldn't make if there was enough interest in the product. You can make food from it. You can make clothing from it.
Now, does it actually taste good to eat, the actual hemp?
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's got like a nutty background to it, and it's like tofu, though. You can just do with it whatever you want.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can't get high off the hemp. Like, I can't smoke my sweater and then get high, right?
No, we would be selling a lot more if that was the case. The psychoactive part of the plant is in the flowers, and it's in the glands on the flowers, and a little on the leaves, but what we're using is the fibers from the outside of the plant.
There are a lot of different products, like body milk, shower gels. It might be a stupid question, but are there any side effects?
Unfortunately, if you had a drug test or something like that, you could come up positive. It wouldn't be in a urine sample because it doesn't really go into your system. But there is always a negligible amount of THC possible that could come up positive on a test. So yeah, unfortunately. But you could always work for us, and then we guarantee you get a job.
And if you're looking for something that someone like Snoop Dogg would wear, you've come to the right place.
This is our best-selling item in the shop by far. Now, this is the men's version.
Oh, it's so soft.
This is an acrylic, recycled acrylic, and actually 20% hemp on the fur. So if
got the pocket with the papers in it.
Patented pocket, of course, have to have that. And then we have also a secret pocket, which usually is hard to find because it's secret. And that runs along the inseam. I shouldn't be showing you this because now it's not secret anymore, but
so there is a secret pocket, so you can keep lots of
cash.
Candy. I'm actually going to get one of these for my little brother, but right now I have to shop for myself. So I'm going to just kind of head around the store if you just kind of let me go loose.
Sure.
And I'm going to do a little fashion show. Hemp fabric has natural anti-mildew, UV protection, and hypoallergenic properties, making it a great, if not unusual, choice for clothing. As you can see, there are a lot of options when it comes to hemp. It's not all about smoking it, people. Now, if you'd excuse me, I think I have to go shopping now.
Thanks, Olivia. Now, folks, you don't want to sit there and zone out and realize you're watching an episode of Arrested Development, do you? No, pay attention, stay sober. There's plenty more Attack of the Show 420 special coming up right after this. Put down the pipe and get some news. It's The Feed. And we sit down with the legendary Tommy Chong and get to know the man behind the smoke.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show's 420 special. We are coming to you from Amsterdam, which is pretty much the only place in the world we could get away with doing a show like this.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna do a 420 special, you kind of have to do it in Amsterdam. I mean, you don't go to Japan to cover Thanksgiving, right? Or do you?
You guys, we are coming to you from the Waterloo Plein Flea Market, where it's basically a really great tourist hotspot, but that's not a bad thing. This is a place where commerce, customs, culture, history all collide together for one great experience.
Yeah, and there's a local custom. I'm a huge fan of it. It's a lot of fun. So, got you a pair of clogs. Thought maybe you could strap these bad boys on and
did you get
do a little.
For me?
Yeah, these are for you, Mom.
No, Kevin, I don't want to put wood on my body. I'm not into that.
When a man brings you the gift of wood, you wear it.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you are sorry.
Okay, oh, well, while Kevin goes steams off for a second, I think it's a really good time to check out the new headlines for today. Let's head over to the G4 studios in Los Angeles for the only news you need to know with Layla Cayley in the feed.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ever loved you.
Why did we have sex last night?
I don't know.
Thanks, guys. I'm Layla Cayley, and it's time to start the feed. Rapper Snoop Dogg pled no contest to felony drug and weapons charges this week. Snoop agreed to 800 hours of community service and 5 years probation after being arrested in October on suspicion of transporting marijuana. The judge also said Snoop could not allow gang members in his entourage and would need a medical license if he planned to keep using marijuana. Snoop's defense attorney said he already has a prescription for his migraine. Right. Elsewhere in the Golden State, Governor Schwarzenegger wants sellers of medical marijuana to pay taxes. This is the first such demand since medical marijuana was legalized in California in 1996. Most medicines in California are tax exempt, but authorities are pushing for the new tax because marijuana is not distributed by pharmacists or approved by the Food and Drug Administration. Supporters hope the tax will help legitimize marijuana, while others fear tax documents might be used to persecute marijuana users. A little paranoid, no? Anyway, it is at this point when we have to put a slight harsh on your buzz to remind you that although several states have decriminalized marijuana to varying extents, the federal government still says it's illegal. According to the Office of National Drug Control Policy, marijuana is the most commonly used illicit drug in the country. 40% of Americans over the age of 12 have used the drug, which causes problems with memory and learning, distorted perception, and difficulty in thinking. Marijuana smoke contains 50 to 70 more carcinogens than cigarette smoke, and the drug is responsible for almost 2 million arrests per year. But remember, that's just what the man wants you to think. Celebrities have an entirely different take on the little green herb. Television's Jennifer Aniston has said, quote, "I enjoy smoking cannabis and see no harm in it," unquote. Musician George Michael said, quote, "Grass really helped me," unquote. Former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich said that smoking pot, quote, was a sign he was alive and in graduate school, unquote. And the late great astronomer Carl Sagan said, quote, "Looking at fires when high, by the way, especially through one of those prism kaleidoscopes which image their surroundings, is an extremely moving and beautiful experience," unquote. And that's coming from the man behind the most watched PBS program in history. And finally, if you've made it this far through today's show, chances are you've probably got the munchies. Among an informal poll of G4 employees who occasionally indulge in marijuana for glaucoma and arthritis treatments, the following foods top the munchies list: peanut butter soft baked cookies, frozen Charleston chew bars, Funyuns, brownies, wax lips, and fruit leather ranked high. Also on the list, although slightly less common, were polenta and sticks of butter dipped in sugar. Yummy! Well, that's it for today, but don't worry, the feed doesn't stop here. Say no to drugs, kids, and get all the news you need to know anytime at G4TV.com. I am Layla Cayley, and guess what? You have just been fed.
All right, thanks, Layla. Now, listen up, all you Jedis at home. This May 25th, G4 is bringing you 2 hours of live coverage from the biggest Star Wars event ever as G4 presents Star Wars at 30 live.
That's right. On the Friday before Memorial Day, you guys will be basking in 2 glorious hours of live, up-to-the-minute reports on all things happening from Tatooine to Dagobah, everything.
Very expansive, my friends. Keep your eyes and your browsers pointed to G4TV.com/Star Wars for even more info. Now, if I could just stop drooling on the Chewbacca costume, I'd be sad.
Because you have to blow dry, get sticky. It's really gross. Look, we all know that you guys are not going to get up, so don't even pretend to do the whole fake up and then sit back down.
Stay.
Just sit there, go get a Twinkie, relax, because there is lots more Attack of the Show 420 special coming up right after this.
We'll get a Twinkie?
Get a Twinkie. I like Twinkies.
Really tasty.
Right?
Oh!
Haha.
At least it cauterized the wang.
Hey, Joey. I got some stuff you just gotta try. What is it? Pot. You know, marijuana. Oh, well, I don't know. What, chicken?
Joey's in a jam. What should he do? Cake.
Get a pizza.
Excellent. Get a pizza. Get real.
Get out of there.
You got it. Let's see if Joey's that smart.
I'm not chicken. You're a turkey.
He's right. Drug dealers are dorks. Don't even talk to them. Cowabunga!
Coming up, we're chilling out with none other than Tommy Chong.
Attack of the show. Attack.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. If you're still with us, well done. Good job. Because it's 4:20. We're coming to you from Amsterdam, specifically Bloemenstelling.
What?
You say it.
No, I don't want to say it.
You guys want to? No, it's hard. Don't try.
You guys, we're here at the floating flower market on the Single, which is the canal that surrounds the entire city. Now, about 500 years ago, this whole thing used to be a moat, but now it is the city's most recognizable and famous attraction.
Yeah, it's amazing. And aside from the canals and the flower shops, there's these unique brick houses everywhere.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous, although not half as gorgeous as the ladies. Let me tell you, I'm serious. The women here they're hot.
They are.
It's the bicycle booty. Thank God for it.
Okay, Kevin, well, you just go try to ride anything you can. Be my
Put a
guest,
bell on.
but right now I'm going to go check out the aqua flowers.
Aqua flowers?
Yeah, it's the Blumen.
Oh, okay. She says so. All right, folks, in the 70s and the 80s, Cheech and Chong, these guys were marijuana superstars. They had a slew of successful films and albums, and even though the duo broke up in 1985, they are still relevant to this very day, which is why if you're gonna have a 420 special, you have to talk to at least half the team. So let's go back to Los Angeles with Zach Selwyn, who got to spend an entire day with Tommy Chong.
Tommy Chong, the man, the myth, the legend. He's a comedic genius, he's a well-known actor, and he's one of the most recognizable marijuana activists in the world. You can't do a 420 show without Chong, baby. Let's go meet him. All right, man. Oh, Tommy, how you doing? Zach Selwyn, G4, Attack of the Show. Nice to meet you.
What's this about?
We're not here with any news. We're just here to. Did you get the phone call? We called earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Somebody called.
Yeah, I think there's supposed to be a little exchange,
G4.
little exchange of money first. A little. There you
Right,
go.
come on in.
For you, how did cannabis culture come about in your life?
A Chinese guy turned me on to pot. When I was 17 years old, he gave me a Lenny Bruce record and a joint. And that joint lasted me for a week. No, a month.
Now, are you a big advocate for the legalization?
The reason it's not legal now is because we want it to be legal for recreational purposes. It will be legal if we concentrate on the medicinal wonders of it, and that's another problem too, you see, because we're up against pharmaceutical companies. They can't patent it. The thing is with pot, once it's legal, your grandmother will grow more than you'll ever need in a lifetime.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about NORML, aka NORML, which stands for National Organization to Reform Marijuana Laws. Now, are you a supporter of NORML?
Yeah.
Are you a member of NORML?
Oh yeah, I'm on the advisory board. Trouble with a lot of pot organizations, it's like a pot organization. It's an oxymoron. It doesn't. Organization and pot does not go good together.
There were a lot of supporters when you went to prison. People were absolutely flabbergasted by the fact that you went for selling a bong or a water pipe.
They were listening to my phone for months before they busted. And we had helicopters, and I'm in my garage making more bongs because that was my job, making them and testing them.
Gotta make sure they work.
Yeah, I got more letters than anybody else in prison. Time they give a mail call, they got tired of calling my name because it sounded like some Chinese fire drill or something. Chong, 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 chong. I went to jail, and I wasn't bitter. I wasn't upset. I was excited because I'm a writer, and I'm going into into a situation where I'm going to live with these guys for 9 months. I'm going to come away with stories and wisdom. And I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of potheads in jail right now that they're doing the same thing. They're going to school. They're getting degrees in prison.
So you got a lot of fans out there, Tommy. They're all watching them, man. We're so happy to have you out, on the outside.
G4?
Yeah, G4 loves you, man. Say hi to some people.
I want to say hi to all the undercover narcs that are watching this. Just keep up the good work. You're a credit to your race.
I didn't want to mention this, though. We are actually not a real network. We are undercover officers, and we need you to assume the position, please. Sorry, sir. Please stand up. Thank you. Hands on your head, please. Thank you so much. Okay, that's not the position I was talking about.
No, that's what
You guys at home, stay with us. Do not fail on us now and just stare at the wall for the rest of the show. Keep your focus right here the entire show. It is 420, and we'll have lots more from Amsterdam coming up right after this.
What's bugging you, Murphy?
Drugs. Drugs bug me.
Hi. That was Nancy Allen and me. I'm Peter Weller, the guy behind that mask. If you're a kid, please listen for a second. How do you keep away from drugs? They're everywhere, sometimes even at home. But there is one place you can go that is 100% drug-free. No pot, no pills, no crack, no smack, no coke, no exceptions. The Boys and Girls Club. It beats the streets. No kidding.
We're checking out one of Amsterdam's finest cannabis cafes and learning how to get the best buzz for your buck. Welcome back to Attack of the Show's 420 special. Listen, dude, Dave's not here, man, but your loyal hosts are right in the middle of Amsterdam, and it's getting a little chilly, getting nighttime.
It is. I've got my little temple dress on.
And we are right now in the middle of Leijseplein because when the sun goes down, this spot truly heats up.
And from here, you can do anything you like. You can head on over to the red light district for some X-rated action.
Yes, you can.
Or you can head on over to the famous clubs and cafes. There are a ton of options.
Really, Amsterdam is one of the most progressive towns in the entire world, so there was no better place to explore 420 or the culture surrounding it.
Now, let's face it, Amsterdam and hash bars go hand in hand. Like, unique cafes like this bring in visitors from all around the world.
Yeah, and maybe we'll hit one in a couple of minutes or so. Our buddy OT from Boom Chicago, he's taking us around Leijseplein and showing us the best way to spend your night. Coffee shops are like a thing of legend in this town. Like, everybody talks about them.
They are. They're the reason why people come to Amsterdam. They're all over the place, and Amsterdam's very proud of their coffee shop.
So if we were going to go to the best coffee shop, which has weed in all of Amsterdam, would it be Rookies right here?
It definitely is Rookies. It's not only good just because of its weed, which is excellent, but also because it's got a nice atmosphere. It's not a dark, dungeony feeling place.
Or a neon-infested, thumping Euro techno, crazy guys in leather joint.
That's awesome. Well, let's just go check it out.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right, so T, you're right. Chill vibe, kind of dark, good music. But the thing looks like a pub. Like, can I get shots? Can I order up some beers to go with some joints?
It does look like the pub. That's part of its charm. Matter of fact, a lot of people say it looks a lot like Cheers. Remember that show?
Yeah.
All coffee shops can sell weed, but not alcohol at the same time.
Really?
Oh. But
there's got to be a loophole.
Yes, there is. You can buy weed here and take it across the street to their bar/restaurant and smoke, drink, and eat.
Why the name Rookies?
When these dudes started off this business, they knew a lot about cannabis, but they didn't know a lot about business. So they started with the name Rookies, and it's been open for 15 years.
Now, I know when coffee shops first opened, the laws were really strict, and actually, it used to be legal, right?
Yes, it used to be illegal. Police officers used to come into the Rookies, and they would see people smoking weed, and they would say, like, literally stop smoking weed, we can see you do it. But nobody stopped, because how are you going to get 100 people to stop? Yeah. So the cops then started coming in with the hand in front of their face, so they couldn't see people smoking weed, and just let people go on doing what they're doing.
Here it is, folks. This is the menu. If someone's coming here for the first time, should they go for the crazy, blow your mind out of the water, $100, or 100 euro weed?
I wouldn't go for anything down here, which is hash. That stuff will really you up.
What I love on the other menu, they actually have it listed. It has like really high, good high, and nice bud. Now I have to ask you, we're here, but are there any other famous people that come to this bar?
Like D-listers?
Now there's a local tradition here that I'm noticing everywhere.
Here, you have a tradition of signing a dollar bill of whichever country you're from that I was at Rookies, and they'll put it up on the wall for us.
So we're gonna go ahead and sign this.
All right, this is a joint thing here.
OT, Kev, and Olivia. Done.
Wow.
Done. I'm putting it up. You guys wanna go put it up? Let's go put it up.
OT, dude, I gotta tell you, this is definitely the spot, man. Thank you so much.
Wasn't it a good time?
Dude, we wouldn't have found Rookies without you, so.
Well, you're welcome. Anytime. Yeah.
Now we gotta get home. Come on, get us some cab fare. Still ahead, we have more of our 420 celebration. It's next.
On TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
Well said.
Thank you.
If you haven't been watching Attack of the Show, this is what you're missing. For more info, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Attack of the Show. Attack.
Hey, 2 oat sodas, Gary.
Howdy, Zach.
Oh, hey, man. Yeah, how you doing? I didn't think we'd see you.
I wouldn't miss this. How's things been going?
You know, strikes and gutters, tags and teasers, ups and downs. Thanks, Gary. I'll see you around.
See you around. Well, I don't know about you. Sounds pretty good to me. It's good knowing he's out there. Zach Silver, seeing all us sinners around and all. I sure hope he and Kevin win that tournament, too. Well, that about wraps her up. I'm sorry to see Olivia go out like that, but then again, I happen to know there's a little Selwyn on the way. It was a good story and all. Had some TV magic to it. I know I learned something. It made me smile for certain. Parts anyway.
What do you mean parts? Why would you say you smiled at parts and not the whole? I mean, the whole thing was pretty good.
I got someone pregnant, man.
Yeah, what's with that?
Who'd I knock up?
Did you guys give me my beer? Because I asked for a beer.
I didn't.
Wait, what's with the getup? What is this?
Got any more of that good sarsaparilla?
Sorry, I don't serve that.
Man, forget this. I could be drifting in Long Beach right now. It's the last time I hang out with y'all.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show's 420 special. Today proved once again we are in fact TV's only source for all the stuff you care about.
And stop being a key word because this has been quite a day and I'm a little dazed and confused.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a little high off all the knowledge about 420 special.
I have to say, really, I will never look at this day the same way again. 420 from here on out is different to me. I have to admit, though, I'm feeling a little paranoid. I feel like people are watching me right now.
You're on TV, man, so they are. And everybody around is watching this.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody. Now, for all things you guys saw today and more, go to g4tv.com/AOTS.
Yeah, but stick around because coming up next, X Play's 1 hour trip is going to begin. And then at 9, it's the comedy classic, The Big Lebowski.
And make sure to tune in on Monday for Attack of the Show Takes Amsterdam, where we'll take a further look into this amazing city, dig deep into the legalization of prostitution here, and get a very rare glimpse at the red light district.
You should never say you're digging deep into prostitution, by the way. Just
good to know.
Hey, happy 420, everybody.
Happy 420.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em. We'll see ya.